Hi, my name is Richard Husky and I'm an assistant professor here at UC Davis. I work in the Department of Communication and the Cognitive Science program. So before UC Davis, I was an assistant professor at The Ohio State University. And before that, I did my PhD training at University of California, Santa Barbara. So for me, the University of California system, the UC system, and California in general is home. UC Davis has always been a program I've really been excited to work for. Our department is really pretty expert in a number of exciting areas in the discipline, and it's been, for me, a dream school to try to work at. So while I was busy freezing in Ohio, when I had the chance to leave and come back to California and work at a program that I really wanted to work at, I jumped at the chance. So this quarter I'm teaching one undergrad class, it's COM 140. It's Introduction to Mass Comm, but next quarter I'm not only teaching that class, but COM 176, which is video games. And that actually is part of the, that class is part of the Cognitive Science program. In that class, we spend the first couple weeks talking about games in the games industry, before then actually moving into a lot of the cognitive processes involved in video game playing. Why do people play? How does motivation shape the way people play? What are the outcomes, good and bad, associated with play? Can video game training influence our cognitive abilities and increase our cognitive abilities? What is the neural and biological basis, or what neural and biological processes are implicated when people are playing video games, these sort of things. So those are my two core undergrad classes that I teach pretty regularly. I direct the Cognitive Communication Science Lab. I'm also a member of the C-Squared Lab here at UC Davis, which is basically the computational social science research lab. And then I am an affiliated faculty member at the Center for Mind and Brain. My research is really focused on motivation, understanding, and I look at motivation in a couple of ways. One, we look at motivations in trying to understand how people choose certain goals to pursue, and then while they're pursuing those goals, how they decide to either continue pursuing that goal or decide to pursue some other goal, and how certain goals can be more or less enjoyable to pursue overall. And so we tend to test those questions with a number of research paradigms. We do everything from large-scale digital trace data to classic experiments in the lab to functional magnetic resonance imaging. Probably some of my favorite studies are ones where we actually get research participants to go into the fMRI scanner and we have them play a video game while they're in the scanner. We actually just got a new paper published where we do exactly that. So those are kind of the general types of projects that we're doing in the lab at any given time. Yeah, that's a good question. So advice for undergrads looking to pursue this career: try to get involved in research as early as possible. A lot of labs are looking for undergrads to get involved in research. There's a lot of opportunities to do that here at UC Davis across a number of different departments, especially as a cognitive science student. The best place to start is by, if you've had a faculty member or taken a class that you really liked, look that person up, see what they're doing, see if the research sounds interesting, and contact them. See if they have opportunities or there's ways for you to get involved in their research. If you're not sure who to contact, go onto the department website, browse around, look at some of the faculty members, see what they're doing. Don't be afraid to contact your professors. We're always looking for interested and motivated students. For me, working with students is like one of the best part of the job, especially students in the lab. So if you're interested in getting into this sort of career, the very first step I can tell you is try to get involved in research, reach out to your professors and see if there's ways that you can. Wow, a lot of things. Probably one of the things I'm most passionate about is trying to understand how we can use our research not only to better understand, how the human mind works, but actually use that understanding to help improve people's everyday lives. So one project that we just recently completed was a project that investigated this motivational process called flow. It's actually this really peak enjoyable experience that people can have in their everyday lives. And it's something that research has found is really important for people's well-being. The more you experience flow, the more likely you are to have higher levels of well-being, resilience. It actually was associated with lower levels of depression during the pandemic. And so we know that flow is this really good thing for us, but we don't know a lot about its neural basis. And so my lab has spent a lot of time really trying to understand the brain basis of this flow experience. And in doing so, we're thinking about, we're hoping that it will give us a better idea for different types of interventions in the future that we might give to people to help them experience flow more frequently and therefore have more enjoyable and better everyday lives. Well, I'm super excited for ski season. My wife and I are active snowboarders and we ski a little bit, but more snowboard, we snowshoe a fair amount. So I'm really pumped for the winter. Looking forward to opening day. It was supposed to happen already, but we haven't gotten there yet. So that's how a lot of my winter is dominated, trying to make my way up to Tahoe and spend some time in the snow in the mountains. Year round, we love to hike, we backpack, try to get the dog out hiking as much as possible. So those are the things we enjoy to do. I'm actually really pumped about quads that just opened up near campus. I liked Guadalajara up in North Davis, but now that Quads has a spot that I can walk to from the office, that's been real nice. Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure to chat with you folks. And if anybody's ever curious, just shoot me an email, stop by my office. My door's open. I'm always very happy to chat. Thanks for giving me the chance to do this.